this dungeon takes place inside the Yeti's house, which I think is interesting. You know, it's a dungeon inside someone's house. It's called Snowpeak Ruins. I think that's kind of a rude name for a dungeon. I mean, we're calling this place Ruins? Hey, the Yeti lives here. You might hurt his feelings. Here in the first room, what you want to do is go north through the door. This is the Yeti's wife over here. I believe her name is Yetta. Sadly, she is sick right now. She caught a fever from the mirror. So she gives us the map, and she tells us where the big key is located. Very, very helpful. It's right over there on the right-hand side where we have the little symbol. So our first challenge is going to be reaching that area and getting the big key. Oh, and she even shows us the way to go? Great! Thank you, lady! Here's the Yeti. Aw, that's really nice of you. He's trying to help his wife. Let me see, I'll have some of this. I'll have some of this soup. Let me see what it looks like. Fish broth, 2 hearts. Okay, not super good, but you know, not that bad. And over here we have a jar with Ooku. And it's very, very important to get Ooku in this dungeon because there are no recovery hearts anywhere in the dungeon. So at multiple points, I'm going to use Ooku to warp out of the dungeon to refill my health and then immediately come back. In fact, my health is kind of low. I should probably do that now. Or not. I'm so close to the big key. I think I'll get it, then I'll warp away. So this room is a slider puzzle. Do you see the switch there? The switch on the one side of the room. What you want to do is push boxes onto the switch. We only have 2 different boxes we can push right now. I believe there are multiple solutions to the puzzle. This is probably one of the easier ones. What you do is you get the 2 blocks next to each other. Then you're going to push the 1 block east. You know, we're pushing it towards the switch. Then we're going to push this block into the corner. And then you push it in the direction of the switch twice. Very simple solution. I believe there are multiple solutions to the puzzle, but that's a simple one. It's pretty easy to figure out. Now, I wrote a walkthrough for this game on Game FAQs, and writing out the description for that puzzle is impossible. It took forever. I had to go north, south, east, west, because I don't know what direction people are looking in. And the Wii version of this game is inverted, making it extra difficult, and I don't know. Slider puzzle was killer. So here, you just dig through the wall to reach the main room of the dungeon. Yeah, that's the room where the boss lives. Right there. Up on the 3rd floor. And to reach the boss, we're going to have to use this cannon at some point. But that's many, many minutes from now. So here what you want to do is go over to the treasure chest and dig it out of the ground. We've got a bunch of ice chunks everywhere, so that prevents you from going anywhere else. Okay, that gives you a small key. Brilliant. Next, what you want to do is go through this door. You're going back to the hallway that you were just in. But this time, you're on the other side of that big ice chunk there. So now you can continue down the hallway. And here you have freezer enemies. Oh no. You don't want to touch them because they freeze you. And with with our small key, we go through this door. So this room has 3 of the freezer things, and, bomb arrows work, right? No? Okay, use your sword. What you want to do is hit them. It takes 2 hits to hit them, but as you can see, they bounce around like crazy and destroy you. It's like the world's worst game of pinball. Well, I mean, it's like pinball with Link as the ball. It's dangerous. Oh dear. You can try using your claw shot to attack them at a distance, but that doesn't work so well. Anyway, we are at the end of the dungeon already! Awesome! Yeah! Wait a minute, it can't be that easy. I need to at least fight some enemies. Yep, enemies. So these are spear enemies. Icicle spear. Ow! Ow. Okay, icicle spear enemies. And it's tough because there are 2 of them, so when you're attacking one, the second one attacks, and you'll notice they block several of your attacks, making it extra difficult. Just fight them like normal. It seems to work well. Yeah, not the easiest battle, but hey, you know what? Eventually they get defeated, and you can get your big key. That is a pumpkin. That is not a key, that is a pumpkin. Okay, well now I'm going to use Oku in order to warp out of this area. Using Oku takes you right outside the dungeon, so you can immediately re-enter and reach the rooms with the yetis. Yep, I got a pumpkin. Oh! Oh! Okay! Violent Yeto! Violent! His name is Yeto. I like how his helmet is like one of those things for the goats. Goat saddle. His name is Yeto and his wife is Yetta, in case I didn't mention that earlier. So this time, she says the small key is here. It's on the left-hand side of the dungeon at the very top. Okay, thank you very much. Now we will be going there. Oh, and this is a tricky section. Okay, so you've got 2 options. Number 1, you can go to the upper left-hand corner where you've got a hole in the wall, sort of, and you can climb through it, and you can go through 2 rooms in order to find the compass. And the compass leads you to a treasure chest right around in this area. Alternately, if you know where the treasure chest is, you can just dig right here and completely skip those 2 rooms. And this is kind of a long dungeon, so I'm taking the time saver route. Yeah, sorry for everybody who wants to see me get the compass. It's okay, those rooms aren't too exciting. It's mostly you fighting more of those spinning enemies, and then you going across slippery platforms. Okay, so this room is, well, rather nondescript. What you want to do is get a cannonball and then get it inside this device. I know it looks like you could go up the ladder, but you can't. There's a monster there. And the other route has giant blocks in the way. So this is literally the only thing you can do. So, this is how Link gets a cannonball into the area. He uses the cannonball device. You put the cannonball in the device, then you pull it down. I don't know why Link can't just, you know, pick up the cannonball and take it with him through the open door, but, you know, maybe that's a bit too complicated for Link. Could be. Very difficult and complicated indeed. So cannonball goes over here. And what you want to do is push this around so you hit something. That doesn't look like it's worth hitting. I could have used it on the ice and... Ah! A dragon! Yeah, that looks like something worth fighting. Okay, so use the cannon on the evil dragon. That destroys it and gives you access to a new room this is, again, a really good place to use Ooku because we have a boss battle. Ow! Hey, wolves, wolves, come on! I was trying to get into the battle with full health. Ah. So I like this particular battle. Actually, I like the room layout. I like how it's very close quarters, and it's an interesting looking room. The battle itself, a little bit too difficult. Yeah, we're fighting the monster with the ball and chain. So, two major strategies for this boss battle. Strategy number one, dodge the boss when it throws the ball and chain at you. You might have to go from side to side, you know, from one side of the room to the other, in which case you need to roll underneath the ball and chain. If it hits you, it takes away one heart immediately. Okay, so right there, it threw the ball and chain, which distracted it, so now I can sneak around behind and attack the tail. Looks like only one of my attacks hit the tail, and I got smashed from one side of the room to the other, which is the problem with this boss battle being in such close quarters. Ow, ow, ow. That was, ow, ow, ow. That was the alternate strategy. Hook shot, I mean claw shot. You can claw shot your way from one side of the room to the other over the boss, so, I mean, that lets you be far away from the boss, wait for the boss to throw the ball and chain, then you just claw shot to the boss. Ow, ow, again, ow. I guess this is a third strategy, get hurt on purpose. But that is not a very smart strategy. Obviously, that is a very foolish strategy. But it does guarantee that the boss stays in place for a while, right? Okay, you can only get about 4 hits off the boss at any particular round. It takes 2 or 3 in order to defeat the boss, which is pretty standard. We've seen lots of bosses so far in this game where you have to do 3 rounds of attacks. Okay, there we go. The boss has been defeated. As a reward for defeating the boss, we can get its weapon, the ball and chain. This is the item of the dungeon. Yes, Link has a ball and chain. He got married to Ilia, and wait, no. It's this giant iron ball. Now we're gonna get the big key in this room. The ball and chain, as you might expect, destroys those giant blocks of ice, and it also destroys those suits of armor. And that is cheese. That is cheese. It looks delicious, but it is not the big key. Oh well, back to the yetis. Yeah, lady, it was cheese. It was cheese. Okay, well, while she's trying to remember, we'll just take the cheese to her husband. Maybe we should just ask her husband where the big key is. He should know, right? He knows about the mirror. I mean, clearly he does. He told us about it in the previous video. Good smell! What you have? Gimme, gimme, gimme! Aw, the Yeti, he's so funny. I mean, he's hilarious, and he looks so snuggly, just like a stuffed animal. Oh my gosh. So this time, she actually gets it correct. She knows where the big key is. It's here on the second floor, in the upper left-hand corner. In order to get there, we go through this door. So let's see, this room... Okay, we've got some sort of cannonball thing. Let me explore here first. Giant ice blocks, which I defeat with the ball and chain. Oh! Snow dragon. Ice dragon. Whatever kind of dragon it is, it's nasty. So use a ball and chain in order to destroy it. Now you do have to attack through that window there. You can't attack from the other sides because, well, you know, there are bars in the way. Let's see, what's over here? Ah, okay, I think this is the other side of that room we had earlier. The room with the cannonballs. Remember how we have the ladder we can't climb and then the push block? Well, now that I've pushed the push block, I can go to this area. And obviously what we have to do is use the cannonball machine in order to get the cannonball on the other side of the door. What we want to do is bring this cannonball to the cannon at the very top of this room. Uh-oh, another ice dragon. That's not good. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Wasn't able to avoid it. Oh well, let's just destroy it here. No, stop rolling! Wow, that is not rolling very quickly. Huh. Well, in any case, we're bringing the cannon over here. Like I said, cannonball over here. To the one cannon in the room. And ow! Ice keys. Yeah, you know, this is an interesting dungeon. Because we get the item relatively early on in the dungeon. As you can tell by the timer, we get it in the first third of the dungeon. But I'm not very good at the dungeon. I'm good at the first part where I get the item. For the rest of the dungeon, not very good. I tend to get attacked by monsters. And we will eventually return to that cannon. For now, all I do is point it at the only area where it's facing something. Okay, now this room. Ow! Ooh, ow. Okay, so this is that spear enemy again. You can use the ball and chain to defeat it in one hit, but I just could not do that. So, what I'm gonna do now is use the ball and chain on the chandelier. That moves the chandelier. So now we can ride the chandelier from one side of the room to the other. This gives us a small key. Now to get out of the room, you have to do the exact same thing. Just hit the chandelier with the ball and chain, and ride it to the other side. This would be the room that's directly above the room with the compass. You know that room that I skipped earlier? Just so you know where you are. And there's a claw shot target there, in case you, you know, fall down accidentally and need to get back up. So now we have a claw shot target over here, the southwest room on the second floor. What you want to do is ball and chain the floor. That gives you a piece of heart. Yeah, you know, really well hidden piece of heart. I congratulate the developers. That was really well hidden. I'm not sure I could have figured that out on my own. So, claw shot out of there, and use the key on the door. And basically this is what the second half of the dungeon is. It's going through the second floor. You know, these are all rooms we've been in before, right? This is the first room of the dungeon, but it's slightly different because we're going through the second floor of the room. Now here we have swinging chandeliers again, so you want to go to the chandelier. And on this side, you'll notice we have 3 chandeliers. So, oh, come on! Oh, well, I wanted to get knocked to the floor. Yeah, I did that on purpose. Because I know that we can destroy these suits of armor with the ball and chain. So, behind these suits of armor, you have money, and behind one of them, you have a Poe. Now back to the chandelier puzzle. With the 3 chandeliers in a row, you want to ride the first chandelier and let it stop swinging so you're level with the others. You want to hit chandelier number 2, then jump to it, And with the third chandelier, you want to hit it at the opportune time, and that time would be when you're as far away from it as possible. That way the two chandeliers come close together, and you can ride the third chandelier over here for a piece of heart. When you're finished with the Chandelier Puzzle, or if you just want to skip it entirely, go over to the other side of the room. Now we're on the east side of the dungeon, second floor. Here we have ice monsters, so you can easily destroy them with the ball and chain, and as you can see, you can destroy them when throwing it out and when pulling it back in. Alright, blocks of ice over here on the side. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not good with the ball and chain. Like I said, this is not my best dungeon ever. And behind that wall of ice, we have a Poe. Okay, get it, Link. Link, Link, Link. Yes, yes, yeah. Ow! I slid on my face while missing the enemy. That is just embarrassing. Anyway, the one exit is locked, so obviously we have to go through the other exit. And we're gonna take a brief detour here in order to get the small key. Here is the slider puzzle room. So we want to push this block over here. That way we can reach the second floor again. And this is the exit door, actually. That's the exit we want to take. So down here, you have to use the ball and chain. You want to use it on this block to unfreeze it, and you want to use it on the switch here. And this is the more difficult version of the slider puzzle, because we need to figure out some sort of way in order to get a block on that switch. Let me see. So I think the easier way is to get this block here. Like we just push it down off of the first switch, and then the block that we unfroze, we're going to push it so it's right above the one that we just pushed. So it looks something like that. Basically, you're getting them in the same column as the two switches, and then you just push them down. Now we're going to push this block around and down, and that's how you solve the puzzle. Yeah, I know it seems complicated, but I went with the somewhat easier solution where you only push 2 of the boxes. I'm sure there's a faster solution if you push 3 boxes, but you know, simpler to just worry about 2. Now we go through the exit. This leads us to the big main room of the dungeon. So we've got enemies over here, and that's our clue as to where we want to go. Oh dear. You know, originally this video was 50 minutes long, so that's how many minutes of failure I cut out of this video. It is just not my best dungeon. Okay, ball and chain. And no. Okay. Whew. So over here we have a claw shot target, which I was missing. Okay, right over here. And I missed it again. And there. Whew. So that leads us to this room. It's just an empty room and a hole in the wall, and yeah, and I don't know where doors are because I'm just confused and stuff. Yeah. Oh well. So we're finally gonna get that small key here. Let me destroy that block just in case I fall down and need to use the claw shot target to get back up. So let's see. This room looks simple enough. We just go over to this chandelier. Why is there so much failure? Okay. Jump over to the chandelier. Wait for it to stop swinging, and then you'll just jump over to this chandelier. And you can easily ride this across to get the small key. Okay, so we finished our diversion on the right-hand side of the dungeon. Now we've got our small key. We can just go back to where we were. That is, we're going to the southeast room, the one with the locked door and the spinny things. This leads us to that big room that we were in earlier. So this room has dragon monsters, the ice dragons. Whenever you destroy a dragon, it turns into 3 spinner monsters. And they just completely destroyed me, so let me cut out 2 minutes of failure. On the other side of one ice dragon are these blocks, so you want to push those blocks and then go over here to the cannon. This would be the cannon that we filled 17 minutes into the video. So now that we can actually send the cannonball somewhere, we set off the cannon with a bomb. If you tried to do this earlier, it would have hit the blocks and then just fallen down to the ground, and then you'd have to take it all the way back up, and that would be a pain. Oh! No! No, I thought I defeated those enemies! Oh. Oh man, even 2 minutes of failure is not enough. Not enough. Okay. Now that they're defeated forever, we're going to put them in the cannon thing here. That is, we're going to put the cannonball in the cannonball holder. I still don't understand why Link can't just, you know, carry it while he goes through the door like a normal person. He has 2 hands. One hand can open the door, one hand can, you know, load the cannonball. That works, right? Right? I don't know. So obviously what we're doing here is we're loading this cannon, the cannon which is in this big main room. The first time we entered the big main room, we saw this cannon. So that was your clue that, hey, this cannon is important. You want to push the cannon twice in either direction. That will point it towards... Where are we pointing towards? The ice dragon. So this is the ice dragon that was at the top of the stairs. I mean, top of the ladder, which we saw earlier. It was guarding the room with the big key, that ice dragon. So let's just go over here right now. Let's see what that room is like. And good news, we're basically finished with the dungeon. This is basically the end of the dungeon. Hooray! Hooray, hooray, hooray. Only 2 more rooms left. Room number 1. No, 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 no. No, no, freezer things. No, no, no. Room number 1. Room number 1 is this room. It's the room with the big key. It sort of looks like a church or a cathedral. Yeah, what is this room? What purpose does it serve? What does the yeti do in this room? Because the yeti... can't sit in any of those seats. I'm not sure his wife can sit in any of those seats. And yeah, all the icicles on the ceiling turn into these icicle monsters. Use the ball and chain to defeat them easily. If you're lucky, the ball and chain will destroy 2 of them in 1 turn. That is 2 of them in 1 throw. If you're not lucky, it will completely miss them. And you'll notice it's kind of rough because Link has to walk around slowly while he's holding the ball and chain. I mean, while he's carrying it, it's a heavy ball and chain. So, oh man, you'll notice all of the various chairs make it harder for you to attack the ice enemies. Basically, that's why this room is difficult. It's hard because there's not enough room to maneuver around in. And because the ball and chain is heavy and slow. Whatever. That is room number 1. Final room of the dungeon is the boss room. And guess what? Yetta's feeling better. She had the soup, and so she's going to lead us to her room. I do like how instead of being the boss room, it's the bedroom, because that's where they go to sleep. I also like how there's a little heart on the door, because they love each other. Slowly walking over here, Yetta. Very slowly. I wonder if her feet are cold because she's barefoot. Maybe we should get her a nice pair of slippers. That's probably how she got sick, you know, not the mirror. Obviously, it was walking around in the snow without any boots or slippers. I like how Link and Yetta entered the room at the same time, but somehow she ended up way far in the room. You know, she's halfway across the room while he's still at the door. Link must have been standing in place for several minutes. And there's the mirror. Very pretty mirror. I don't like the looks of this. This is not what I call normal. Ah! Not take mirror! Yeah, you knew getting the mirror wouldn't be that simple. We need to fight some sort of evil monster. And hey, fighting a yeti works, I guess. This is the Twilight Ice Mass, Blizzetta. Oh, so we have Mass. That's why there was a church earlier. The Yetis are Catholic. Okay, so the first part of this fight is really simple. Just throw the ball and chain all the time. Every now and then it throws out those ice blizzard things. But you've got 2 attacks every time you throw the ball, you know. Number 1 when you throw it out, number 2 when you bring it back. So hit it multiple times and defeat it. Second round of the boss battle is going to be slightly more difficult. The boss is guarding herself with these ice crystal things. Oh hey, there are recovery hearts in the bedroom. Nice. Okay, so there are no recovery hearts anywhere in the dungeon except for here. So if you're hurt, you can easily recover. Okay, so what you want to do is use the ball and chain and destroy some of these icicle blocks which fall down. Now the icicle blocks are going to form a circle. See, they form a little circle and then the boss falls down in the middle of the circle. So use the ball and chain to hit the boss when that happens. You're going to repeat this pattern 3 times in order to win the boss battle. So let me explain the pattern again. Number 1, just run around. All these icicles are going to fall down from the ceiling. You don't want them to land on top of you. Not the end of the world if they do. But when they fall, what you want to do is use a ball and chain to destroy as many of them as possible. That way, when they form a circle around you, there will be a gap in the circle. You destroyed some of those ice crystals. They can't land on you anymore. So when they fall around you in a circle, what you do is you turn around and hit the boss. Now, obviously, if you don't destroy any of the icicles, they do trap you in the circle, and then the boss lands right on top of you. There's no way for you to dodge, and you don't get up quickly enough in order to hit the boss. So it's going to look like this. See how, nowhere near enough time to hit the boss. That's how it works. And yeah, I totally missed the boss on purpose there. That was me setting up to show you what it was like, right? It's not me failing. I'm good at this boss battle, right? No? Whatever. Boss battle over. to believe such a tiny thing made her go so evil. And yeah, we're already halfway through the second half of the game. Can you believe it? Wow. We've got 2 of the 4 mirror shards? Crazy. It feels like we just got started with the second half of the game. Huh. And here's an interesting thing. You cannot skip this scene at all. I believe in the other dungeons, you can skip the scenes that take place after you defeat the boss. But not this one, because... Yeto! She's beautiful as she is. She doesn't need a mirror to make herself look pretty. Oh, yeti love. They say it's the purest love there is. And their love is so powerful, it gives us a piece of heart. A full heart container. I love it. Yeah, so that's why there are no hearts in this dungeon. It's because the only heart love is here with the yetis. That is so cute. It makes up for the fact that this dungeon is almost impossible without recovery hearts.